What is up, everybody out there? Artist of Strong Style here to give you another deck profile. Now, you can see right here, what came out of the structure deck was now the Fallen of Albaz. So, pretty much Dogmatica and other more support that, everyone's been wanting that particularly was pretty much expensive, and now it came into the structure deck. So, yeah, there's Tri Brigades, Dogmatica, Spring Eggs, and Sword Souls. So, yeah, the new structure deck came out. Thank God for that. I barely got my 3 copies structure decks about like a week ago. But yeah, I've seen at other stores now. They are just particularly like everyone's just buying them. So it's like it's sold out. So hopefully, you possibly got your structure decks already set up to do a deck. Or if you're buying them just on Amazon, okay. Whatever. But hopefully you got your copies already before everything got sold out and now you got no chance right now of getting these. So yeah, the new structure deck came out. I developed mine. Now, I tried different kind of versions. I've tried a Blue Eyes way. Decent, but not as consistent as you want it to be. I tried it out of kaiju, which I normally do. Okay, I tried 2 ways of kaijus. I tried it with kaiju, doing it with Blue Eyes. So yeah, it's decent, but it wasn't as consistent the way I would want to play the deck, which is most likely in this deck you're gonna fuse a lot. There's a lot of ways to fuse, and they have a bit of they have a lot of fusions, which I'll show you. So yeah, how I made this, yeah, it's kaiju again, but it's just kaiju with you're fusing with kaijus, and you're playing the Fallen Albaz. So further ado, here we go, and then yeah, I'll explain how this deck is gonna be. So yeah, your main one is gonna be the Fallen of Albaz. It's a common now because it came in the structure deck. Pretty much, he's the staple of the deck. He's a dragon. He doesn't look like a dragon, more looks like a vicious vampire, or I don't know, with the coat and everything looks like he's more vicious, like a dark kind of a version. I don't know why he doesn't look like a dragon, but he is a dragon. This card is no more special summon, except during the damage step. You can discard 1 card, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, using materials on either side. So most likely now, if you wish to do a pretty much, you can fuse. So you can even use your opponent's monsters if you wish to. So this is like a little super poly. You're not using polymerization, using the effect of this monster. And yeah, you can fuse into making whatever you're going to need to. So most likely you're going to fuse into making the Albaz fusions. So yes, that's Fallen of Albaz. You're going to want to use 3 of them. Then we'll go with, okay, here's this one that came out. Albion, the Shredded Dragon. Okay, how this works. Okay, level 8, double tribute. Exactly, yeah. You need to do a double tribute, but there's a second effect to this. When it's on the field, it becomes Fallen of Albaz. It's treated as it, becomes the name of it. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 Fallen Albaz or 1 branded spell trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Apply the following effects based on what you used it from. If you used it from your hand, reveal this card. You can special summon this card from your hand. Now, if you did your copy of whatever you chose to throw away, and if it was from your deck and you send it to the graveyard, then you get this card, put it back to the bottom of your deck, draw 1 card. So it's like an extra plus of fusing or whatever you're gonna make. So simple as that. You don't really have to do the double tribute. Just reveal it. If you're gonna play one from your hand, special summon him. If you threw away whatever you're gonna do, let's say your branded fusion, since that's a new one that I put in the deck also, and it came from the structure deck. Put this to the bottom of the deck, and you draw 1 card. Simple as that. So I barely figured that out. Like, oh, okay, I forgot what it can do because I didn't read so much of what the cards do until I read it like a while ago, and I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell? This is what it does? Okay, well, I'll just do that then. Put it in. So yeah, there's this one now I put in the deck. Now, okay, with the kaijus, it's gonna be Raiden you're gonna do, Thunder King. So two of them. The Gamma Seal, the Mad Flame, Mystery Dust, Sticky String, and Star Destroyer. And that is what you're doing. So yeah, you're gonna play a lot of kaijus. Now, the only reason why I'm playing a bit more of the Raiden and the Lightning Strike is because with the fusions now, what you're doing, you're gonna need darks and lights. But yeah, since you are using kaijus, most likely you can use all the kaijus. So a bit more copies, but I'm using the Lightning Strike and the Raiden because you're gonna need some light and dark. Star Destroyer, not bad. So yeah, even if you wanted to switch it a bit, but there's still 33 attackers. So you can go 2 Star Destroyer, 1 Thunder King, Lightning Strike, or you can go 2 Lightning Strike and 1 Star Destroyer. Whatever you're choosing, what you plan to do. But I'm just going 2 Lightning Strike and then 1, because I don't think you need to do more than that. And then since I am playing, always, yeah, when I say the rules about the kaijus, remember, you can only have 1 on the field. You give your opponent a kaiju, pretty much, yeah, you're gonna get rid of your opponent's monster, no matter what the level are, no matter what the levels are. You're gonna tribute one of their monsters to give them a kaiju. Special summon one of your own kaijus if that would have been the situation. Now, their effects is going to be useless because I'm not playing the Kyoto Waterfront. So, the game of when you're not going to use Kyoto Waterfront or you're not going pure kaiju, well, then what you're going to want to do is always, since they have different attacks. So, yeah, Mad Flame, 3000. Mystery Dust, 27. Raiden, 28. Sticky String, 24. Gamma Seal, 22. Thunder Lightning Strike is 33. And also the Star Destroyer is 33. Now remember, if you're not playing their effects, then you want to go your second option, which is give your opponent the lowest kaiju attack. Now, particularly that's Gamma Seal. Gamma Seal, of course, yeah, the effect is broken, but again, we're not playing by the effect, so just give him the Gamma Seal. Then you're going to want to go King of the Swamps because, yeah, you are playing fusions. And you can substitute it as a name of whatever by an actual name of what fusion you're going to make. So most likely you can count it as you're going to send it away to get polymerization. Or you can copy the name and make it as Fallen of Albas as a substitute name. As long as you're texting by an actual name. And then last but not least I use is Fairy Tail Luna. Okay, Fairy Tail Luna, this is how it goes. You can normal summon her, search for a 1850 monster, so most likely just search for another Fairy Tail Luna. When it is on the field, when it's summoned out, pretty much what you're going to do is you can target one card, no matter what the card is, just choose one. So you're not targeting, you're just choosing one. So like how monsters say you cannot target them, you're not targeting, you're just choosing. Choose a card. Choose a monster card. No matter what the monster is, your opponent must send away another copy of that monster, throw it to the graveyard to negate the effect of which Luna's effect is that monster will go back and your Luna will go back to their hand. Now, if they do that, the effect of Luna is going to be negated, but it does not destroy Luna. It's only stopping the effect of sending a monster right back. It can be done on either player's turn. Now, if they did not do it, well, then your Luna goes back and the monster goes back. Now, particularly what you're going to want to do a lot is hit a kaiju. So you can go Luna, search for Luna, do the effect, hit the kaiju. Now remember, your opponent's not going to play kaijus. So you can hit your own kaiju, your Luna goes back, and your kaiju goes back. Because it returns back to the owner's hand. So think of it that way. That's why you want to play Fairy Tail Luna a bit. And that's the whole point. So if you choose a monster from their extra, that's you play of course, a monster. It's from the extra deck. Well, they must throw away another copy, or it's gonna go away. No matter what you choose, just choose a card, and it's on either player's turn. So you can do it when your opponent's gonna draw a card. I activate. I'm gonna choose this monster. They must throw away another copy, or that monster goes back, your Luna goes back. And that's how it goes. You can do it every single time, no matter what. Summon. Choose. They must throw away. Okay, fine. Luna's effect would be negated, but it's still on the field. I'm going to choose once again on my turn. They must throw away another copy. They don't have another copy. Luna goes back. Their monster goes back. Unless you possibly hit a kaiju. They're not playing kaijus. Your Luna goes back. Your kaiju goes back. All right. Those are monsters. Magic cards. Okay, yeah. Always interpret a kaiju slumbers. When you activate it, all monsters go away. You're going to give your opponent a kaiju. You give yourself a kaiju. The rules of interpret kaiju slumber is your kaiju must attack. And the second effect, when it's in the graveyard, you can once per turn, you can remove it from play. Search for any kaiju that you want. From your deck, add it to your hand. Here's one of the new ones, Branded Fusion. Okay, this is for doing the fusions for Fallen, the Albaz. Okay, so yeah. Fusion summon one fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material from your extra deck, using 2 monsters from your hand, deck, or field as fusion materials. Then you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck, except fusion monsters, during this turn. So this is your helper for like a polymerization. And then yes, like I said about what Albion does. Reveal. And this counts as one of the monsters you can do. You want to possibly send it away from your hand, make whatever you're gonna do. And remember this, and you play this from your hand. If it's in your hand, you can special summon him. If you send it away from your graveyard, from your deck to the graveyard, well then put this back to the bottom of the deck, draw your card. And whichever you're gonna make. Remember, just show you have in your, if it's in your hand, okay, special summon. Then, if it's in your hand, a Branded Fusion as well, you can throw away your Branded Fusion, make whatever, and then yeah, it would be special summoned out because you had it in your hand. If you threw away the Branded Fusion from your hand, or if you just send it away one from your deck to the graveyard, well then put it back to the bottom of the deck, like I just said, and draw your card. The cool thing also is if this card is in your hand or deck, my mistake, let me read this again. Well, this card is on the field or in your graveyard. So yeah, even if it was in your graveyard, do the same exact thing. Throw away from your hand, special summon it from the graveyard. And he's just a good 25 attacker. It can only be done once per turn. It's not once per duel, once per turn. So you can just keep on doing this over and over. But remember, yeah, you only have up to 3. So yeah, 3 Branded Fusion I'm using. Once per turn as well. The regular polymerization to make what you want. You're going to want to go super polymerization. Discard 1 card, fusion summon, of course, a monster. So yeah, most likely you want to take away your opponent's monster. Harpy's Feather Duster. You're allowed 3 Raigekis, but I'm only using 2. Monster Reborn. And since you're playing a lot of monsters, Pot of Avarice. You want to get your monsters right back. And then for traps, it's just a Torrential and Compulse. I'm playing these two now. I'm not going Mirror Forces. Because, yeah, Mirror Force, I always say, no doubt, a very, very good trap card. But when it comes down to, you have to wait until your opponent attacks. But what if they had ways already if they're going to destroy? So if they destroy your Mirror Forces, you got no backup now. But with like Compulse, yeah, it's a chain one. So they can go activate, destroy, Compulse since it's face down. No, I can chain it, go Compulse, and hit a monster. So it's like, all right, the -1, they're going to destroy us. The +1, you're still going to hit a monster. And then Torrential does not target, destroy all monsters that were summoned. It's still possibly going to hurt you, but hopefully it doesn't hurt you as much. And then Compulse, yeah, it is a targeting. So if it's targeting monsters, you cannot target the monsters. All right, then. Now let's go with, okay, now here we go. The fusions. This is what you're going to need for Fallen of Albaz, because it's Fallen of Albaz, the Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. You need a Fallen Albaz, so the actual Fallen Albaz. Or you can substitute it, because yeah, you must be an actual text name, so you can even use King of the Swamps. Now, okay, of course, yeah, the regular Albaz, so yeah, we'll put it right here. You need to use it with a Fusion, Synchro, X-Seed, or Link Monster. It is XYZ, but I call it X-Seed because, that's just the way me and my friends call it. That's just the way it was in, well, you get the idea. I call it X-Seed. Now, you can do it on your opponent, like I just said, because, yeah, Albaz, and let's say, yeah, you discard, and then you're going to fuse. What if you wanted to fuse your opponent's X-Seed, Link? So they have a huge Link. All right, fine. I'll use Albaz. I'll use your monster. And I'm going to fuse into making whatever. Then, once per turn, quick effect. You can send one fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard that mentions Fallen Albaz as material. Banish one monster on the field. Also, this card cannot use the effect next turn. So if you already used it on this turn, you cannot use it the next turn. You have to wait another turn. If this fusion monster card is in its owner's hand, leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls until the end phase, at the end of the end phase. So that's a huge one right here. And it doesn't seem that hard to do. Because remember, you can do it on your opponent. Albaz, I will discard. Your opponent has a Xe, Synchro, whatever. Okay, I'm going to take over. Summon out. If it's destroyed, sent. Okay, and Entmace, destroy all monsters. All right, so that's the main one right there, the Albaz Dragon. Now we'll go with the Brigand, the Glory Dragon. This one, of course, yeah, you're always going to need Albaz. A level 8 or higher monster. Level 8 or higher monster. Okay. If you wanted to use Alban, that's a level 8. And all of your kaijus are level 8 or higher. Yeah, all of them. So you have your option right here of doing the Glory Dragon if you wish to. Cannot be destroyed by battle while you control this fusion card. This fusion summon card. Okay, so yeah, when it was fusion summoned and you control it, your opponent cannot target other monsters you control with monster effects. All your monsters have monster effects. They cannot be targeted. But they can be destroyed. But at least your Glory Dragon cannot be destroyed by battle. During the end phase. All right, so during the end phase, if this card is... If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add to your hand or special summon one Tri Brigade monster or one Fallen of Albaz from your deck. You can only use this once per turn. Now, particularly, I'm not playing the Tri Brigades, but I can search for a Albaz. Then yeah, Titanic Clanned the Ash Dragon. I don't know. It's can be pretty hard to say. Cannot. Excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, but okay, this one. Fallen of Albaz plus a with 25 or more attack. 25 or more attack. All of them are 25 or higher attack. Not Luna, though. You cannot do it with Luna, though. Or anyone else, but others you can do it with. Gains attack equal to the combined original levels of the monsters used for its fusion summon times 100. After this card is fusion summoned for the rest of this turn, it is unaffected by activated effects of any other monster. Special summon this from your you can special summon this from your extra deck. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add to your hand or special summon one Dogmatica monster or one Fallen Albaz from your deck. From your deck, you can only use this once per turn. So, yeah. Libyan, the Searing Dragon. Okay, this one you need a dark monster. So, your dark monsters are Raiden and Avalon. Those are your only dark monsters. But not that bad to pull it off if you can do it. Because, yeah, if Branded Fusion, you can just send away the Raiden. You can send away the Albion. Whichever. And then remember, even if it's in the graveyard, do the effect of Albion when it's in the graveyard. I'll activate the effect of Albion. Then if this card is Fusion Summon, you can discard one card to Fusion Summon one level 8 or lower Fusion monster from your extra deck, except for itself. By shuffling Fusion monsters mentioned into the deck from your monsters on the field, graveyard, and or face-up banished cards. For the rest of this turn, this card cannot attack. If you do that, also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck except Fusion monsters. It can only be done once per turn. Alright, so whatever you're gonna make, whatever you're gonna do for the material you're gonna need to whatever fusion you're gonna make, they go back to the deck. Little helper right there to get some cards right back. And then last but not least, the Albion, the Branded Dragon. Now this one, you are going to need of course, yeah, always. But then you're going to need a light monster. Your light monsters are Star Destroyer, Lightning Strike, and Fairy Tail Luna. Then, if this card was Fusion Summon, you can Fusion Summon one level 8 or lower Fusion monsters from your extra deck, except for itself, by banishing the Fusion materials mentioned from your hand, field, or in the graveyard. Then, during the end phase, if this card was sent to the graveyard because it was sent from this turn, you can add to your hand or set one branded spell trapped directly from your added from your deck already. You want to do this once per turn. Alright, so it is similar to Libyan, because Libyan is, yeah, doing the materials, but you're getting them from your hand, banished, or graveyard, get them back. Albion, same thing, except you're sending away. So banish, get them. So yeah, this deck you are gonna fuse a lot. And sometimes, yeah, you have your chance right there of, yeah, you can now play on your opponent. And yeah, always I'm so just good with playing it with kaijus. Most likely playing any deck with kaijus. I just have ways of knowing how to play it with kaijus. So that was a, yeah, Fallen Albaz. Since that's what the main, that's the main monster you're gonna want to deal with, and then with the kaijus, that's just your backup. And then just, yeah, now we're talking about a lot of fusions. Now we're doing so fusions came back, thank God. So hope you all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll show you more deck profiles later. I'll be playing more games later with my friends. So when we intend to play those games, feel free to check them out. See if you enjoy them. I'll speak to y'all later. Peace.